Hi, good evening. Today, I'd like to talk about something very interesting that happened in the news few days ago. I'm sure most of us who are in the loop has already heard about it. It is the record-breaking price of a $1 million HDB that's already been sold in Ang Mo Kio. What's not surprising about it is the price tag. It is about the remaining lease of the house. It's actually considered an old flat, but yet it still can transact at $1 million. So let's take a look at it. So it is first reported, I think, by 99.co about this particular transactions that has happened in Ang Mo Kio. So it's actually a jumbo flat. A jumbo flat is two adjoining three-room HDB together. It is very big in terms of square feet. About 1,009 square feet stated over here, 1,916 square feet, which is equivalent to, I would say, nowadays the new launch three-bedroom is about 950 square feet. So it's equivalent of two times the three-bedroom condos nowadays. So you just to have a sense of the size of how big this place is. Okay, so this 40-year-old Ang Mo Kio flat, right, managed to break a record price of 1.03 mil. Okay, and there's only remaining of 59-year lease on the 99-year lease. So as we all know, right, about the depreciating lease that's already happening for HDB. So I just do a quick search and show you. Okay, sellers Peter Eidelberg and Cheryl Chen. All right, husband and wife teams of interior architects. All right, original bought this place at 850,000 in late 2014. So it's just MOP 1 year lah. So 2019 is when it MOP. So this is the curve that I want to show you. As you can see, this particular HDB, right, has only 59-year lease remaining on the 99-year lease. Meaning to say, right, very soon, the property will be on a downward trend. It is for sure, right? So if you ask me, right, in the first place, why did the original sellers bought this place, right? I guess it's most likely because of the space that they want to enjoy, right? Because in Singapore context, right, if you want this kind of space, likelihood is going to be an old property, or if not, it's going to be very expensive. So in order to enjoy a 1,916 square feet space under 1 million, right, definitely it's going to be an old property, right? So if you talk about Ang Mo Kio, right, Ang Mo Kio is also considered a very good location as compared to where most of the jumbo flats will be located at. Mostly it will be Woodlands area, right? So probably this couple, when they were scouting for their jumbo flat in 2014, right, this space and the location is something that they that is attracted to them, right? That is attracted to them, right? So the couple got the keys. They do a very big renovation, right? So even over here, they got the floor plan that's being drawn out. What is their top process? What is the 3D floor plan that they redesign? Okay, so being in the trade of interior design and architect, right? So they have all the skill set and the relevant context and the resources, right, to do the dream home that they like. So if you ask me, right, this is actually an art piece. Okay, so what does art piece mean, right? It means that art, if you remember, just a few months before, right, somebody put a banana then tape on the wall, right? How much was it? 150,000. I can't remember. So you see, art piece is something that is very hard to give a value to it. So to me, if you renovate so extensively to this kind of HDB, right, it becomes a art piece really. There is an element of art value in this property, so you cannot give a price tag to it. So it's really depending on the buyer who come and see the house, right? What what kind of perceived value that the buyer is able to give to it. So it's something like today, right? Why some of my friends and clients they go and buy the BTO flat, right? I will advise them, don't overspend, don't do so much renovation on the house if you decided to sell the house 5 years later or 5 to 10 years later. Because why? Because at the end of the day, right, your your preferences and your likings is very different from another person one. So I always share with people, even if let's say you want to do design, right, try to go for the modern minimalist style, something like, I don't know how to describe lah, but you just go and Google modern minimalist, right? Go for that style because it's number one, it's cheap lah, right? You don't have to spend so much money, right? And the thing is that you don't overspend in your renovation so that it looks good, and at the same time, right, you can sell at a good value. I have seen one property before in Punggol. I came across one. This young Malay couple is very smart also. They're actually not interior designers. They were actually the wife has a very good sense of spatial art. I don't know how to describe that. She has a very good sense because she chose the decorations of the property for the HDB, and also she do a industrial kind of style of a reno. So you go in, right, it's cement screed on the flooring. Then they have like very how to describe, grayish, steel, metallic, that kind of stuff. It's very nice. I don't know how to describe to you. I see later if I can find the photos or not. Then I try to share it over here. Right. The unit is very, very well done. And in fact, the unit was sold within 2 days of marketing. Right. And it was sold much higher than the neighbors. But when she reviewed to me, right, she only spent 25,000 on the renovation, and I was shocked. I said, wow, you only spend so much on the reno, then yet you can achieve much higher pricing than your neighbors. This is something that I would say is very amazing, because we always say, right, how the valuation takes place for the particular unit, right? The valuer of say HDB or whichever third party that come and access your house, right? They will only assess based on a few things: the location, past recent transactions, size of the unit, flooring, condition. They generally won't take so much into consideration. Because why? Because renovation is very subjective. Renovation also has a very short lifespan, right? After 10 years, after 15 years, the renovation most likely due to wear and tear may not be as good already, right? So you see, when they first started marketing the house, wow, a lot of people come and see. They also don't know whether it's a real buyer or not. The 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 house, the corridor, they design it into a very nice green space, and at the same time, what? But at the same time, not to have it indoors in the air conditioned space. So I don't understand what it means. But they do it until very nice. Right. Wow, angled aluminium louvers allow ample natural light to stream in while maintaining the privacy. Wow, the way they write this, the way they describe, very nice. Even this photo, wow, fantastic, fantastic. It really feels don't look like HDB. If you ask me, just a few photos. Just a few angle. I mean, every angle from this house, what looks like it's an art piece. So like I say again, today if you buy art piece, right, you have to find people who can appreciate the art piece, right? So, wow, even the kids' place, the bedroom, like show flat. It's really like the condo show flat we always go to. Wow, fantastic, man. This one is the picture. Wow, still got the what? Mosaic flooring. Wow, really nice. So these couples, they know what they are doing, lah, right? Wow, even the master room. Wow, shook. It's like, it's like art lah. I don't know really how to, I don't know how to describe really lah. It's just art lah. You can see every corner of the room. Even the toilet. Like, like, how to describe? Like some of the tourist attraction you go, wow, this one is like one of the tourist attraction. You go overseas, you go to a place, wow, then you visit. Wow, this one is like a Instagrammable place, right? So the reason why they want to sell, because they decided to go to Europe. Then that's why they have a very strong motivating need. I guess anyone in the right mind, right, who knows that they're going to sell in the future, they won't spend so much doing the renovation into the house. So likewise, like I say, even if you are planning to stay for long term, 人算不如天算 you that how to say, you don't know what will happen in the future lah. So even for them, they wouldn't have sold it in the first place, because not for, if not for the business, right, they would want to stay for long term, right? So because they were moving out to the country, Right. Then the sale also included all the branded appliances and fittings. What Fisher and Paykel dishwasher, fridge, what is this? Bertazzoni cooker hood, freestanding hob and oven. Wow, fantastic. This one they really 很舍得花，很舍得 very willing to spend on things. Right. Wow, fantastic, man. So this is really a art piece. So you can really you know, take a look at what is the how the whole unit is like lah. And if you all know, right, 1 million property, 1 million HDB, right, rarely happen one. 1 million HDB, right, likely you see in places like Tiong Bahru, Clementi, Bishan, this kind of place. Ang Mo Kio, yes, I think, wow, it is the first one. Aside from being the first, wow, it's the first one. And some more is the oldest one. Previously, the oldest transacted above 1 mil is in Bishan. This one is in Bishan. It's at Shunfu, built in 1985. Wow, fantastic, man. So you see this person, right? I mean, this seller, right? When they bought this place in 2014, they bought it at 850,000, right? And they spent close to 200,000 on it. Then you plus the CPF accrued interest. I'm not sure whether they use CPF or not lah. You plus the CPF accrued interest. You plus the bank interest. I don't know whether they take bank interest or not lah. But yeah, if you plus the what else renovation costs in terms of the depreciation and all these things, even if they sell at 1.03 million, I think it's still a slight loss. I would say it's still a slight loss. And what's very funny is that I don't know who is the ultimate winner here. Not say winner, but I say who got the better of this deal. Is it the buyer or the seller? I'm not too sure because I think I will tend towards more towards the seller because not easy to sell a HDB above 1 million in today's market. And especially so for this kind of heavily extensively renovated place, it's really a luck thing if you are their agent that's marketing this particular property, because end of the day, right, the buyer that inquire, right, they come in and see, they don't know is see for fun one or they really got the money to buy it, because they sometimes they see the picture so nice, sometimes they just kepo, sometimes it's just busybody, they just come in and take a look, see, wow, very nice, very nice, but at the end of the day when you talk about, hey, you want to offer, they say, oh, we'll think about it. So they say think about it, means no lah, right? Straightforward. So when you are marketing this kind of property as an agent, I would say it's going to be very tricky, and it probably is going to be taking a long process. Is you will see how you can anchor down the buyer and to capture the attention of it, because end day, we have to find that one and only right buyer who can truly appreciate this house, right, and make the right offer, right, so that it can be sold to the buyer lah. Over in this article, I'm not so sure whether they got right who is the buyer or not. But I don't know. I read some on some other websites. They say it's a young couple. This young couple also 舍得花, you know. If it's a young couple, I will be really worried lah, because not very financially savvy lah, in my opinion. I mean, is if you have the earning and you have the savings, you have the money, is okay. But I would rather that you put the money into better use, because this is an enjoyment product already. You buy into this property, right? It's enjoyment really. So we talk about property, right? There's always about two component. Either you go for value, that means you go for something that that will help you to preserve your wealth or increase your wealth in the future, or you go for something that you want to enjoy. That means you buy already, you don't care it goes up or down in terms of the price lah. So in this case, this one is definitely an enjoyment. So you buy already, you must be prepared that the property price will go down one, because think of it 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, your furniture, your designer, decor, all these things will have wear and tear. Then by then, how much is it going to worth? And the next buyer who's going to buy it, right, probably we will say that, hey, it's going to cost money for me to hack away and redo, right? So the buyer who bought this hopefully they are in their retirement years, and they are just buying this to enjoy lah. I mean, for young couple who are starting out in their career, in their life, I would suggest that they would buy something else, so that at least they can grow their wealth even more, and leave a better, preserve a more wealth and leave a better legacy for their next generation. Right. So that's about it in terms of my sharing for this particular news. I guess uh, the seller is, you know, they the seller they got a better deal out of it, like I would say in a short statement, right? Because and they themselves is in the industry, so uh, only they truly know how much does it cost, right? Because the design and all these things is actually their own effort, right? And this property, I hopefully the buyer live happily, and have a very wonderful time spent and enjoying this house, because really it truly comes at a price that very few people can afford and be willing to pay. So if you are the buyer that is watching this video, congratulations, and enjoy your purchase. Um, then if you are the seller who's seeing my video, congrats to you for a good exit, and good luck to your business in Europe. Yeah. Um, if you are agents, if you are the agents watching this video, then I'll say that what an interesting news. Yeah. Yeah, this is really a very interesting deal that very seldom happen. It's not our day-to-day HDB buying and selling. This is really a probably once in a lifetime deal lah, really. So it's very interesting to see such transaction happening and being reported, right? So that's about it. Thank you very much. Bye and take care. Goodbye.